My soul is just my soul. That never changes. The flesh does. My skin does. My bones. My blood can. My spirit can. It's up and it's down. It's hot and it's cold. Throughout all those things that change, you're still you. But even when your bones were broke, even when your spirit was broken, where's the hidden parts of you? Where is it kept? The essence of a person? In the depths of your soul? Because I can take away your bones. I can disfigure them. To see that doesn't make you you. Now from the surface, people might not recognize you. And it becomes a disguise. Just as when you go to work, they expect you to put a mask on. There's no individuality, not in those places. They won't say it. Because this is their establishment understanding. But you can't deny. I can understand it, but doesn't mean it's right. I can understand it, but there's still the truth in it. There's expectations for you in this world. People expect you to laugh at things, though it ain't funny. To you. Freedom of choice. I say God-given rights because man can say those are your rights, but still take it from you. This is my exact purpose of this interpretation. Oh my gosh, she's so mean. You're already singled out. This ain't the place for you. Your inner self is knowing it, but you don't want to see it that way. Understanding you should be wherever you choose to want to be. But in the place like this, there's places that were already set out to change you. Snares. This place was already full of darkness before you were here. Remember, we were born into sin. Now that we're here, we're forgetting though. Now that we're here, we're not accepting it. We're not getting it. We're choosing to close our eyes to it. We're choosing to actually blend in. We're choosing to make sense of the sin. We're choosing to feel sin is good and show it. And this is what it's been. Wrong is right and right is wrong now. Everything is reversed. And the ones that hold to this truth are assassinated, and they are hidden, and they are punished, and they are outcasted, and they're the ones called the black sheep. They're the ones called bad. This is what it's become. So to sit here and to think that what I say will not lead to anything, no, this will lead you straight to the door that they closed. I'm about to open it again. The door that they think that they locked, I'm going to unlock it for you to see what's in it. What has been in this. What they have been trying to prevent. All this time they've been trying to hide. All this time that has passed that they had this time to do. They had all this time and they've been working. But I'm working. Can't you see? I have this time. Now it's time for me to step out from this place that I was kept hidden in. Now it's time to unlock the muzzle that was put on me. I take it off and I speak. And I speak these things. I speak it deeply. I speak the depths of me. I speak the soul because that's where I come from. But you've been so used to surface things. They've been feeding you lightweight milk. And I give you meat. Can you swallow that? Understanding, can you? It's foreign to you. And I'm speaking to priests. I'm speaking to philosophers, higher people that people look up to. Nothing against them, but people look up to you. There's an expectation. So let's not sit here and try to say, oh, I'm pointing the finger at certain individuals in certain seats. No, it's just that you're held at a higher standard, just as I, and the work that I'm doing. See, we're both doing the work. We're both working for a God. We're setting ourselves up for people to listen. We're feeding them something. What we say actually have meaning. When you work for someone, you're held at a higher standard versus when you're not clocked in, right? Same message. The only difference is that, see, God's work is free. We do this work for free. We don't clock in. This is everywhere we want it to be. Unless you assassinate a person, imprison us, sacrificial lambs and whatnot. He says that I knew you. He knew who he was sending in the world to continue his purpose. Be the light in the world. He knew those exact individuals, what they were capable of. I sent you into the world. Those few, he says, I will no longer delay. I will no longer keep silent. But for the sake of the elect, for the sake of the few that I have in the world, the ones that do my work, the ones that walk in that fire every day, for them I'm coming. Just for them. Because if it wasn't for them, I would delay and you would not survive. But for them, the ones that I'm delighted in, they're the ones that are hated in the world. While everyone is saying, I'm God's. God is my father. I'm religious. I'm spiritual. I go to church every day. I know the Bible in and out. God knows my heart. God knows me. God will forgive me. Jesus has died for my sins. All these people saying this, but there's those few that he knew. It don't matter what you say, because you sound like her and her sounds like him. Everyone just saying this. It's like the new trend. Everyone following who truly is. You will know them by the fruits. You will know that even if you can't recognize, he do. God is the true witness of these things. If you say that she do, if she is, and then she get the lying, or she get the forgetting, then who is? You say he is, he start forgetting, or he start the lying, then who is the true witness of you, or of these things? Who will truly remember when you pass away, and you don't exist, in the living, in the flesh, from what people see? Who gonna truly believe you then? And you fade, and a couple centuries pass away. Who will even believe that you even existed? Who gonna be the true witness then? It shouldn't take the end for you to question these things. It shouldn't take the end for you to come to this. Come to the truth. It was God all along. It was God from the beginning, and it will be God to the end. That's it. Because that's just what it's always been. Now, you may have forgotten these things, and that's okay, because I'm here to remind you of it. Understanding. But now that you hear this, hopefully you hear this. Hopefully this is good news to you. Hopefully you can see again. God is the true judge in this. Just like your parents is supposed to correct you, help you, guide you. But what's so different? Is it because I'm a barren woman that has no children? I say I have children. I have children. Ones that come with open mind, openness to learn, openness to listen, needs it. They come to me, they hear this, and it feeds them. It feeds the meat. Do you? What fruit do you feed them? What are they digesting? Alcohol? Inhaling smoke? I have a right. Just as you did, whether you abused it. It comes to this point of now, we're past it. Almost like you're desperate. This is the desperate need of it, and I'm showing it. I don't care what you think I should or shouldn't, who I am or who I ain't. It's you need it to survive it. Now it's free, so take it. You get it? Take what I'm giving you. It might be life to you. It might be life to you. It feeds your soul. It satisfies you. Finally. Something that is filling. Something that can fill you. Thank the gods. Because I needed it. I'm not going to withhold what I have, what I've been given, when what I've been given is to give and keep giving. Just keep giving. That's the difference between certain individuals. I cannot be in a place, be living lavish. I know people are in poverty. I know children are being sold for food, for money, for weird things. But I'm living lavish and my conscience is clear. It can never be me. And I'm glad it isn't. Because who's to say that if I was to live that way, I would probably forget. Or I would be so distracted. Understanding. But even in every place, there's always a choice to want to know. It isn't easy. But that's why it's always greatest to start at the bottom. So that you have no choice really. Because there's always sin, always darkness. But if you were just born in a place of sunshine and rainbows, why would you ever want to step in something that's dark and deep? You shouldn't have to. But when you're born into it, physically or born into places like this, you have no choice. People look up to and look delighted in people that were born into certain places such as rainbows and sunshine and grass that's, from what you see, green on the surface. But what you don't know is that most likely their grass is synthetic and it's always green. That's a deception. The realest people and the realest thing that you can see is how the grass and seasons do in season. To see what life is. That things aren't perfect. Things are not permanent. Things grow regardless. Things change because it has to. Because it ain't up to you. It never been up to man. But in those other places, man's maneuvering, man's working, man's maintaining. The grass is always green. The grass ain't never change. And we made it that way. We made this synthetic so that it could be long doing. That was the whole purpose. So they could trust in us to see that we give them longevity. But that's just not the way the world was created. Really, you're going up against yourselves because, well, you did not create yourselves, and even though you're working on it, you still are growing and changing. You just defy it and forget that you defy yourselves. I mean, there's beauty and creation in all of it. Who will we be without God? Who will we be without science? Who will we be without teachers and firemen? And we all connect in the circle of life. In the brilliance in all of us. But when you defy God and you feed the sheep, you shepherds, poison, and you lie to them, and you prohibit God, and you prohibit His presence, and His words, and His truth, you're wanting people to see that you're a God. You're wanting people to hate the Creator. You're wanting people to see only you. You want to take credit for it. You want to be praised when you can be. But you're selfish with it. You want to prohibit my Creator, your Master. You want the people to only praise you, only see you. You want people to see the difference on the surface. Because if you kept God's words then you would see that the only difference is the spirit. We would not have racism on the surface. And you do it for profit. You do it for power. You do it because you might be that color. But God does not do that. The same people that segregate people off of the surface are the same ones that are praised by all these communities that call for unity. How can you trust in man when they're the ones that are never for peace but always diversity?